I figured out hair curves. Before I go grab the last couple dead drops for the community art showcase, I wanted to mess with this, and I finally figured out what I was doing wrong. So, firstly, over on the curve information here, you want to take off the auto textured space, and then once you've modeled your curve, hit the match texture space button. And then for your texturing setup, you want to have your noise texture with the, Node Wrangler on, Control T to pop out the mapping. Have the texture coordinate going into the mapping through the UV, and then have your scale adjusted to where the noise scale is correct. Go that into the noise texture into the factor of your shader, and also into your displacement. And yeah, I figured out what I was doing. Woohoo! I can do stylized hair now! I've got art block. So I'm going to draw the art block. I'm currently editing a mega compilation video because I use watch hours. But I've hit a huge snag in it because I have been hit by one of those scumbags that does the false copyright strike stuff. It's one thing if the actual copyright owner of a song wants to change how it's allowed to be used and everything, that's fine, it's their song. But if a channel that's just a random character keyboard slam of letters and numbers is claiming they own the rights to one funk, man, it's complete BS. In at this point, really old animation, I use the first dan 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 one punch part of the One Punch Man theme on a short animation where I was starting to figure out impact frames, and that's in this compilation. So now I gotta wait several hours for the YouTube video editor to strip that music segment. And I gotta do the same thing for like 2 or 3 other songs that are in this compilation. But once all that is done and the video goes up, I dare you all to withstand 12 hours of Moog art. As a reminder, the current prompt for the Community Art Showcase is landscape. So if you wish to take part in that, make something with the prompt of landscape before the end of the 30th, and post it to the channel Discord. And if you happen to be new to the channel, I make all kinds of art and animation videos on a mostly daily schedule. Some are pretty normal things like this waterfall landscape. Other times, not so much. So if that interests you, maybe subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It helps a lot. But either way, enjoy the rest of the speed paint, and I'll see you in the next video. Also, that awkward pause is where I had to get rid of a cutaway gag because YouTube refused to not make it a thumbnail this short. I've been enjoying playing around with shape keys the last couple of days. This time around, I figured I'd try and do a non-human head shape too. I also tried to do fur, but that didn't really work. But I did a full breakdown for everything I did on this one on the channel. It should also be the linked video, so check it out. Okay, so while working on the test for an entirely different sort of effect, I learned that the hook modifier is incredibly obtuse. Without going into too much of what I was trying to do, because you'll see that in the next excuse me, you'll see that in the next short. I wanted to have a hook modifier control this little vertex line and do stuff and move it around. You think it's pretty easy, right? You press F3, hook to new object, and you're done, right? Except it just affects the last vertex in the order. And you've just committed, apparently, a huge blunder. So let's delete that empty and get rid of the modifier. Because what you actually need to do to get the hook modifier to work is to go into edit mode of your object, select the end vertice of where you want your hook to be pulling and affecting things, go into snap vertice, cursor to selected to put your 3D cursor at the end of your line, then do the F3 hook to new object, then select everything, hit assign and recenter, and only then, when you come out of edit mode, go into the modifiers and turn on fall off, will it work correctly if you have your fall off set correctly, which apparently I have it a little too high here. Want it more about like that. But yeah, you have to go through that convoluted mess to get this to do what you actually want it to do. So I figured I should make a little short here talking about it in case someone needed help with this. Hopefully this saves you guys some time. I figured out how to dynamically tentacle things. So, I don't know how this got in here. I was looking at the scene as it was rendering up for the final version of this, and somehow this got appended into my scene without me appending it into my scene. I do not know how this got here. I tried to teach my sister how to use Blender, and she made this. I've been working on this painting for a good chunk of today, but I've run out of time to finish it. So I'm proposing a deal to you all.
A devil's bargain.
If this video gets 1,000 likes by the time I start working on this again, I'll add your comments into it. I haven't gotten back to that painting I set the like goal for adding your comments into yet, and as I'm sure a few of you've noticed, I haven't been able to make nearly as many videos as I normally do the last 2 weeks. I'm not going to go into specifics, but some pretty stressful stuff happened. Thankfully, things seem to have calmed down, knock on wood. But, yeah. Barring any unforeseen acts of the Demon Murphy, I should be heading back into my normal semi-daily schedule. The Community Art Showcase is still on, of course. If you want to take part in that, make something with the prompt of landscape and post it to the channel Discord for the end of the month. Also, if you wanted to, you could give me an idea for what the next Community Art Showcase's prompt would be. Kind of just pick them randomly at the moment. If you've watched this far and haven't, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Die 27 deaths.
You win. Perfect.
Art block is hitting me pretty hard, so I'm just going to channel my inner bored high schooler and doodle some random stuff until this page is full. Hey, check it out. I found my old spell book, or honestly more like magic cheat sheet. It's been a while since I used this thing. Hang on. See, do I remember how to... I think I remember how to summon stuff. Let me find the right page. I want cuneiform for this. Where's my cuneiform tablet? Ah, there we go. Alright, give me a second to set up, and let's see if I remember how to do this still. Alright, I think I have got this right. It's been like 12 years since I messed with this. Actually, it might have been a little bit more than that. Okay. If I remember correctly, I should just need a little drop of blood. Ow. You have to buck my phone for this. Okay. And then should just be able to go. It worked. Hello, dude. Let me zoom you out just a touch. Check it out.
The orb.
Look at it, floating there, menacingly. Druid power. A lot of you seemed absolutely flabbergasted with
The orb.
and one of you asked me how to go from getting Blender to doing it. So I made a tutorial. Go check out the link long form. Hey, guess what? My powers are growing. Normally, I wouldn't do this. Normally, I simply ignore the very few negative comments I get on any of my videos. But I can't let this one slide. I have not, and will not, ever knowingly use any AI-generated image or music or anything else of that nature. The closest I have ever come to doing something like that is using the auto captions on the editing software I have, and that is it. This especially grates me because in the exact same comment thread that this comment comes from is the link to the last tutorial video I did where I showed the exact process by which I did what they're claiming is AI. If anything in any of my videos looks janky, it's not because it's a AI. It's because I am actively teaching myself how to do this.
Run.
Dear God, he's broken free of his fictional lair! And he has a Keyblade!